Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. Yeah, I've been driving all day. What's going on, everybody? It's been a little, I missed last week. It's been ridiculously busy. I know y'all hear me say that all the time, but it was craziness. But all good. A lot of stress, but a lot of fixes inside that stress, which is good. Got a lot of good news coming down the pipe. Got a lot of people doing some good things. I don't know. I've got so much going on right now and got so many things rolling around in my head. It's kind of hard to hone it all in. Like I said, sometimes I find it's easier to drive and do these things and maybe try to do it while I'm on the road, because I have not been able to be home long enough to really set up and get my mind wrapped around it. So I've literally been dealing with septic tank issues. Well, not with us. One of the places I helped take care of, we had a pump go down, and whoo, I'm telling you, there's a reason why I am not a plumber. And also, I had a plumbing issue at my mom's house. We rent her house to help keep her in assisted living, and yeah, we had to have some new piping put in there. But that got that fixed, and got some young kids that are up and coming. One day they'll have their license here soon. But they were a big help to me in helping get mom house get the renter taken care of. So that was pretty cool, and I'm hearing and seeing a whole lot of these youngsters around that went to school with my son and my daughter, just thriving, man, just doing so good. It's crazy. It does my heart good to see these kids do good. And then when I talk to them and I hear that they're working with each other, their companies pass each other business, man, that is so good. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to get on here and say hello to everybody this week. Fall, baby. October. It is here. And dare I bring up that Mississippi State whiteout? How'd that work out for you? Dinglings. I will say, it was a really good game. It turned out for the best with us. I think our defense came out and just that first set, man, they sacked him like three times in a row. I was just blown away. And then of course they kind of settled in, and then we settled in, and overtime. How cool was that? It was just awesome. But anyway, they've got, I think we're still ranked at like 15, which is whatever, dude. I don't even care. And then of course Alabama turned around and beat Georgia. And, we're going to be playing Arkansas next week. We're off this weekend, in case if anybody was wondering. Tennessee has a bye this weekend. But then we get to play Arkansas at home, and I hope we're going to wipe the floor with those little baby piglets. Speaking of some other football, how about Sevier County and last Friday night, Sevier County playing and taking it to the absolute limit against Greenville. Greenville, just a fantastic team. I mean, golly, what a game, man! Me and Betsy sat in the bunker and watched it and unfold, and I just don't get it, man. I played a little bit of football, and I don't claim to be an expert on the field. I know a lot about football, but I would be remiss to sit and say that I know as much as anybody, because I don't. My son played all his life, and he's got that stuff dialed in. It's just a different mentality, and people armchair quarterback, and I do it. That's what we do. But man, that game, just absolutely unbelievable for the high schoolers to play at the level that these kids are playing. And that's not just Sevier County, it's Gatlinburg, it's all these kids, man. The game has just progressed so much, which is such a cool thing. But yeah, the Sevier County game was was just out of control good. Greenville, a great team. It kind of reminded me of like maybe a Maryville playing an Alcoa. It kind of had that feel to it, which, you know, I guarantee Todd Loveday would tell you he had no doubt that Greenville had the ability to beat them. I mean, if they, I don't think any of those kids went into that game thinking we're going to wipe the floor with them. It just, I don't see that in this team. It's just like this Gatlinburg team. You know, they're doing great things too. They're both undefeated right now. You know, so let's see, tomorrow Sevier County plays Cocke County. If I'm not mistaken, they have to travel up here to play Cocke County. I just drove by Cocke County's field. That's where my mom is. She's in assisted living right there across from Cocke County's football field, and I saw them out there warming up and getting ready for tomorrow's game. Let's see, Gatlinburg, they go to West Green tomorrow, so they'll be away. It may be on the radio, probably, I think. Let's see, the only team I think that's at home is Northview. I think they've got somebody coming in tomorrow, and then Seymour and Pigeon Forge, if I'm not mistaken, both of them travel. And they, I looked at the schedule earlier when I had stopped to grab a snack, and I didn't write it down, but you know, they are traveling. So your only home team that'll be playing tomorrow that I know will probably be on YouTube, if you're going to check it out, or all you Northview fans, I would think it should be on YouTube. I think 105.5 will probably broadcast the Sevier County game. I think 106.3 normally does the Pigeon Forge game, or they may do the Gatlinburg game. I'm not sure. I know just sometimes you'll get, and if anybody has any comments on another station that picks some of these games up, please comment in the bottom, and I'll, you know, that way I'll know for future reference. But I know 105.5, 106.3, you know, they kind of alternate games, but 105.5 is normally Sevier County's home station when they're playing. So, but that's it's good stuff. Both undefeated, man. Wow. And you know, there's been a special put out now on Cooper Newman, Ryan and Cassie's son. It's about a 30-minute or maybe more about him, and he was talking and about the recruiting and all that stuff, you know, which is so exciting. It's just so cool, man, to see these kids get to go do that. And I can only imagine, you know, when we took Connor had got to go to Tusculum and was going to talk to them about playing. And then COVID hit, and that ruined him. I mean, he just was not going to do that. He was not going to take the shot, and it was not going to work out. But he had some friends that went on and played, and they did really good things. But it was so cool to get to go up there and see that and be in the room, you know, with all those other players and how they kind of welcome you in, and just, you know, something I never thought I would get to be a part of, and, you know, just great stuff. And now here's Cooper. He's probably been to 8 or 10 or 12 schools. He's been all over the place, and just all these kids. Braden Maples from Gatlinburg has been looked at, you know. So it's just so cool when you see somebody that may get that opportunity, and you know, it's put into their hands to make it what it is. So anyway, that's a little bit of the football wrap we got going on. Man alive, let me tell you. Last week there was a truck show in Sevierville. You know, they host the truck show. Well, in saying that, once any car show that's in Sevierville, once it's done, where do they go? They go to Pigeon Forge. And Pigeon Forge just got inundated with just craziness. And they had like over, my brother-in-law, he dispatches for the Pigeon Forge Police Department. And there was over 700 calls or something crazy. And I don't even know how many arrests. And it's just insane. You know, I think back to when I was young and remember going to just a few rod runs. I love the old cars, but you know, my dad or mom, they just didn't go up there in all that mess. I mean, other than when we would drive to church, then I would see the cars, you know, something like that. And I think I went up there just a couple of times when I was younger and kind of maybe walked around or just drove through. And I thought that was crazy, you know, because there's people out there burning their tires and throwing bleach out and doing all this crazy stuff. But that was about the extent of it. Now, as the adult policemen, I'm sure they were watching for those idiots to be drinking and fighting and all that stuff. That never even dawned on me. I was just tickled to be out in the middle of all this kind of commotion going on, and so I never paid attention to any of that. But man, last week was crazy, and guys, this week we've got the Slammed Enuff car show, and Sevierville's hosting it too. And oh my Lord, if you have an issue, guys, and if you have an issue, I don't even know how to say this. Matter of fact, let me start here. If I get this out tonight and you guys see it, and you're in town, you need to do one of two things. If you live in Sevier County, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, or Sevierville City, or Kodak, I'd say Kodak, you might be safe. Stay home or go somewhere. I just drove to Asheville Highway, and then I drove back home. And coming home on Highway 66, I passed four cars passed me, the little lowriders from Maryland. They're driving in here from Maryland. I cannot even imagine driving in a lowrider car from Maryland. I did a lot of stupid stuff when I was a young kid, and I drove and drove and drove. I drove all over the Southeast by myself and with my friends. But we were in normal cars, and just, not even hot rods, just normal 4-bangers, 6-cylinders, whatever. And I cannot imagine driving that far in a car like that. Of course, there's been some that have been brought in on trailers and things of that sort, the ones with the wheels that are like this. So, that's a whole other subject of craziness. But anyway, I'm just telling you guys, if you see this and you didn't know it and you haven't been out to town to see it, stay home this weekend or get out of town and go on a mini vacation. Take the wife, the kids, get out of town. I'm afraid this, with the weather the way it is supposed to be, this is going to be a major event this weekend. Probably just from and I know that sounds nuts, but I pay attention a lot, and most of us locals pay attention to where the cars come from. Because we like to, and rod runs, or anybody, just a regular tourist, when we think they're driving like idiots, we want to cuss the state they're from, because that helps. It always makes me feel better when I cuss Ohio, It's just one of those things. Everybody from Ohio, first of all, we don't like Ohio State. Then second of all, if you're from Ohio, we're going to give you down the road about how you drive. It makes us feel better, whatever. But yeah, just stay in or go and do something, because like I said, I have this strange feeling that chaos is going to be probably the lightest word to put to what I think is going to happen this weekend, just because of the sheer amounts of people. I would like to think that there are people that are going to come up here and do this, and they want to have a good time, and they want to just walk around and look at each other's cars and brag and show off and all that stuff. But there's always going to be an element of people who don't know how to have a good time, and they're going to ruin it for everybody. But that can turn into something really bad really quick. And with the younger generation, even at a rod run back when I was young, the older guys, they would they might duke it out, or they might have a little bit of a fight, but wasn't nobody going to do anything stupid and hopefully shoot anybody or something like that. But I hope and pray that these kids can keep it under control and have a good time and respect everybody around them. But it's going to be hard to feel like the kids are respecting you with as loud as these cars are these days. They're just so loud, and they're going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So take a warning from this Gen Xer that was around rod runs that actually would slow down about 2 o'clock in the morning, and they were constricted to town. Now, with all the cabins and everything, they just, once they're done, they go to their cabins, and it's just all over. The quietest part of the whole county is going to be lit up this weekend with just loud backfiring 4-bangers. So just be prepared. stay home or get out of town, one or the other. But if you try to get out into Sevierville Pigeon Forge, you're going to end up mad. So let's see what else is going on. Oh man, we got a government shutdown. It's beyond me. It's just beyond me. Anything to slow down a little bit of progress. That's what these politicians do, man. And it's not even worth talking about. I hate it. I hate it for any of the government employees, but these politicians, man, they're self-serving, and unfortunately the Democrats they're not looking out for the people. They want to make it up like they're looking out for everybody as a whole, and that's just not the truth, guys. It's just not the truth. And take that for what you will. I hate it. I hate to see anybody get laid off or lose their job or not have a paycheck coming in, but it's the price you pay. Elections have consequences, and for years and years and years they said we would never let this happen. You don't ever let the government be shut down over something like this. Well, now they've allowed it, and it's going to backfire in their face, and which is what they get, but it is what it is. Oh man, I was also going to tell you, I think my niece Katie and her Josie, I've always known her as Katie, Josie J and Zert, they're going to be up here, I believe up here at the Roadhouse coming up this weekend or next. And they're going to be playing up here. That's a new center up here next to the Food City, right across from the Food City. They've got them a stage built there now, and they've expanded a little bit. And I'm not sure, they were working on trying to get food, in their building. They had a food truck there a little while back when we went to watch her perform and the band perform, but they hadn't totally got their food dialed in, and we've not been back since. We only went up there just so we could see Josie and them play and give our support. So look them up on Facebook. I'm sure if you type that in, Josie J and Dessert, you'll find their page, and then there'll be a list of things going on there. On another musical note, we've got tickets to go see ZZ Top, and my buddy Shannon up at Shannon Twisted Steel Garage, we were talking, and he sent a message, and he said, don't forget, we've got ZZ Top concert tickets. And I totally had forgot that we even had them. And I walked in to his office, and I said, do we really have tickets? He goes, you picked them out. You picked the seats out. And I said, oh Lord, how much do we owe you? And I will not even say what it is we owe, which it's whatever. We're near the front, so so we're going to ZZ Top next week. I think it's at the Tennessee Theater, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be just fantastic. I don't know. I don't think my wife's ever seen ZZ Top live, but I've seen them a few times, and we saw them at Tennessee Theater. Me and my buddy Kevin White went and saw them, and he was blown away. And I mean, of course, when you get good seats and you're right, yep, looks like somebody's setting up to play tonight. And I don't know if that's Josie and them or not, because I just passed the old Roadhouse up here. But yeah, we're going to be going to see ZZ Top. I'll have to get some pictures and then put them out on the page and everything. But I'm fired up, and then so that's going to be an adventure. Saturday, we're going up to Tusculum to watch our friend Fred and Boo. Their daughter's playing for the MHU Lions, Mars Hill soccer team. So they'll be up at Tusculum. We're going to take off and go up there Saturday and watch them play some soccer. We've not got to go watch her play soccer at all. And her and my daughter, my youngest daughter, Kendall, they were just tight as ticks growing up, man. They played ball together. They studied together, on the phone together. I mean, they were tight. And, of course, she ended up going to Mars Hill to play soccer, and Kendall went to UT for the whole pre-med thing, and they've really not got to see each other. I'm sure they probably talk on Facebook and all that stuff, like I guess they do. I don't know. But we're going to get to go up there and hang out with them. And then we've got a birthday party to go to Saturday night once we get back in town. So it's going to be a busy weekend, been a busy week. It's been great. Guys, I can't say enough how much love I feel when you guys send me comments and responses and things of that sort. Nothing negative. I've had a few little things on some of my posts that people are like, I think they're questioning my motives or maybe where my mindset's at, and but that's okay. I mean, that's that's what you want. You want to be able to, if people attack you in a little bit of a way, give them some solid facts about yourself. Give them neutralize the situation. Always remember, most of the time when people are being critical of you, they're just seeing what kind of a reaction they can get out of you. So always give yourself about 5 seconds or 10 seconds before you respond to what people say to you, or maybe if you think it's about you, and then to go back. So, but there's been nothing negative, just people kind of question. And listen, that's what you want. YouTube and the world of social media. I'd like to engage with people, and if you guys are watching this, and I would ask you from the bottom of my heart to like it, share it, go to the channel. There should be a subscribe button there, the Gen X Ginger on YouTube, and once I share the video, you should be able to navigate there along the bottom and get to my page. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to it, and like I said, share it and like it, and get it to grow a little bit more. I'm not looking for anything out of it other than getting it out there, and we should see how it goes. I've told you guys from the beginning, this was more about just me being me and kind of BSing and bringing you some of the Sevier County, the Appalachian Mountains, and all the glory that God has gave us here and living here and being just blessed, just beyond measure with everything. And try to do a little music stuff, but like I said, I'm so busy with my business, lawn care and property management, and trying to take care of all these places and all these problems. And Betsy, we got t-shirts, and Betsy's Bravenly, and we're just, I don't know, it's we're running pillar to post, but we're happy. We're just happy. I'm tickled, like I said, but that's what I want to do with this channel. And you guys just hang in there with me. I want to break it up a little bit at some point to where I can do more of a music video, like just talking about music and just talking about my experience with music and what drives me, what music means to me, and maybe what music means to you guys. I'd like to do that, but right now, like I said, you would think it would be easy once a week to do it, but it's I don't know. We're not as I guess this Generation X, this Gen Xer is not as should I say driven to be on the phone like my son and my two daughters. Of course, my oldest daughter, she's not as bad as my son, and my son's not as bad as my youngest daughter. Well, I say that. Connor's always taking pictures and sending them and doing all this dumb stuff, but they just thrive on it. They just live on it, and man, it's hard. It's hard for me once I've been out and going, and I'm sure it's like this with you guys in any aspect of your life. You think, man, I'm going to do something above and beyond after I get off work today, and then you get home and go, no, I'm not. I am gonna do my best to tune out. I don't want anybody to speak to me. I don't want anybody to look at me. I don't want to hear anybody breathing, chewing. I don't want to do anything. I just want to dive into this couch or this dark room and just shut all this nonsense off. So, yeah, I don't have quite the drive. And, of course, once again, I'm not 49 anymore. We're on the other side of 50. So, anyway, like I said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this stuff. And I've had a couple other people reach out to me here recently through text message and say, man, we need to get together and maybe you come to the business. And so I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that would, that's cool. So we'll see where it goes, guys. We're starting to get toward the end of October. Well, I say it's the beginning of October. End of mowing season won't be quite as just chaotic and everything. So that takes up a lot of my time. But we'll move forward, you guys. I'm hitting the back road right here at going toward Mitchell Bottoms, going toward Caton's Chapel. I'm gonna try to get out of this mess, and I beat it's at 5:22. Wow, I can't believe I made it through there that quick. That little bit of a road work they did there kind of helped out. Oh no, I'm here at Red Bank Church. We're stopped. Guys, I love you. I can't state that enough. I mean it. Be good to each other. Love each other. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, stay home or get out of town if you don't want to be super upset. And I would advise, if you have anywhere you can go to get away from town, you probably want to get out of town, because my sister lives on Booger Town, and you all know where Booger Town's at. Well, some of you do. Most of you probably do. Some of you that are new to my channel, you don't know where Booger Town's at. Well, let me tell you something. It's in the middle of the mountain, son. And from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock last night, on a Wednesday night, these little puddle jumpers were going through there all night long, backfiring, popping. Yeah, and that's in the middle of what most people would say nowhere, in the mountains. So get out of town if you can, or put earplugs in, or I don't know, do something. But you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the bye weekend. Check out some other football. Hopefully we'll get to watch Texas and Florida. They're talking about being the worst football game this year. I hope Texas just wipes the floor with Florida. But anyway, I love you. I mean it. You guys have a great, great weekend. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless America. We'll see you soon.